I'm washing my face. And exfoliating. Hey, you can see yourself. That's what I'm using. So after my little wine fiasco this weekend, because since it was a boxed wine, it's equal to about, I would say, almost 3 bottles of wine. And when I have it, I drink it. So Friday I drank, Saturday I drank, and then Sunday I drank. And then there was 1 glass left today. And I finished that. So now, what usually happens after a bender, emotional, sad, dopamine down, big down. And I'm just living. I'm living through the motions. And the person on the last video that commented, you know, drink plenty of water and make sure you're hydrated, that is absolutely correct. Absolutely. Water is life. And I will tell you, I've got my water, I've got my LaCroix, and the white freaking Gatorade. So, we're trying to get back in shape. I think why I have no shame with showing so many intimate and vulnerable points of myself on the internet, to the World Wide Web, is because life. What is it? To experience? To see what the heck it ends up as? To see if all the affirmations and all of the good positive things that you could ever think of are really true? Are they true? But you gotta keep waiting. You gotta keep holding out. You gotta keep being like, you know, someday it's gonna come back. You know, all that good stuff, all that positivity, all that pleasant kindness that you try to exude into the world, that it will someday come back. But do you feel guilty feeling that way, of having that hope, because it just means that you're wanting to receive something after doing something good? And then you're just like, shit, is this just all a fantasy? And we're just thinking of the new next best thing to just fix on and think about because life is just a lot? I'm done. I'm done ranting. I'm going to wash my face now. Time to keep the eye on the prize. I have not been washing my face a lot or often. And so, you know, I'm going to try and take care of myself. Sometimes we slip up, okay? And that's alright. But as long as you bring yourself back to center, back to base, and be like, you know, even though I don't know what the heck it is, this life, what it's really all going to amount to. But stay positive. Stay positive, because that's the only way you're going to get out of it, right? But sometimes it's so damn hard to keep trying. It is. Oh, hi-ho, hi-ho. This is going to be interesting. And if you're asking yourself, why does she look like that? I'll tell you why. I was crying. Because, yeah, like I said, after drinking, you're not in the best mental, emotional, spiritual state. You don't treat your body right? Well, some things just ain't gonna be right. Not to say that if I hadn't have drank, that I wouldn't have been crying. Nah. Probably made me cry less. What are we doing? What's happening? I'm thinking we might have to just listen to some music, because if I keep ranting, oh buddy, might end up just saying too much. And I will say, when I was going live and drinking, there were a few things I was just like, afterwards, you know, the day after, I was like, you know, that was probably not the best thing to talk about. But life, baby. Does it matter? I don't think it matters. I'm still alive. Everyone's still breathing. Are we breathing? Is this the freaking... what's that in-between place from hell and heaven? Purgatory? Is it purgatory or is it called something else? Of where you're kind of like ghost mode and you're never able to die, but you're like always slowly decaying. Anyways. Is this just a very... No, it's not purgatory. There's two... And like, it could be heaven and hell on earth. And it really all does depend. What does it all depend on? Shit, it could be 1,000 different things. Should I go get the music? And we'll just listen to good music. Oh. I wash my face with coconut oil. This is the coconut oil. I go through a lot of coconut oil because I use it on everything and anything. And I actually need to oil pull, like swish around coconut oil in my mouth, because guess what else gets hurt when you're drinking? Your teeth. I can feel them getting a little more brittle. If you don't know what brittle means, it means weak. They feel not flimsy, but they're more sensitive. Alright, now that we got that done, we're going to put this stuff on and just scrub away.
You are not hoping, you have been broken, your innocence stolen. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. There is no distance that cannot be covered over and over. You're not defenseless. I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your breath.
No more.
I hear your
Okay, so it says to leave it on for at least 20 minutes so it can dry. So in the meantime, I'm just going to say something that I've been thinking about, and has to do with drinking because we have to be aware, right? Conscious. I used to think, back when I was young little tot, that it was such a good thing for me to first get introduced to drinking at home with my family, with my siblings, and that was a good environment. And it's best to learn in good environments when you first start drinking. And now that I have a little more perspective and developed brain, I will say I don't think it was a good environment. Because depending on what type of things and the family dynamic have going on, if it is an environment that you are forced to play a role, that you can't open your mouth, like no one wants to really hear what you have to say, and they just want you to make a fool of yourself. They want you to play stupid so that they can feel good. And of course, it makes it easier when you're drinking. Everyone's so happy and awesome together when they're drinking, playing those board games that you fixate on because, shit, we can't really fully have a conversation for too long because who knows where that would end up. Anyways, I would say my drinking issue, I don't want to call it a problem, but I acknowledge that I need help, that I need to take it seriously, because when I do start, it is hard to stop. I don't ever want to stop. And going to bed drunk when you shut down, shut off, sometimes that's a bit addicting. And I definitely developed that anytime I'm under stress, that anytime I socialize with my family, I feel most comfortable when I'm drinking. It eases my nerves. But then it makes me more of a nervous wreck after drinking. So truly, what would be the best environment to start drinking? That's a good question. What if we all just stopped drinking? You imagine how much of a different world this would be if people stopped drinking? I will often wondered too of what would happen to the entire world if nobody fucked for a whole 24 hours. And what I really mean is that there's no forced, there's no abuse, there's no sexual abuse, there's none of it. No dick is going in anything, anywhere, and no vagina is doing anything with anything. What if we were all just sober, not fucking each other, not molesting each other, and we're still and silent and fucking meditated, I don't know, breathed. Just breathe. Focus on breathing. I think it would change the whole world if it was just for even a couple minutes, not even an entire day. Something. One thing in unison. One thing. Could it shift everything into a completely different alignment? Cat's trying to get in. You're not getting in here. Oh, and I am sorry to announce, but the goose has passed away. It was really wounded, and I think I got the right advice when they told me you got to give it a couple days, because it seems like the whole rehab for birds is quite the process, and they just didn't want to rush into getting another one in, especially with my drive too. It was insinuated that it wasn't worth it. So he passed away, or she, I don't know. But I will be making a gravestone and a nice grave, saying some kind words over its life that was, you know, short-lived, but and ended quite traumatically. I don't want to laugh, but I feel guilty. Like I should have just watched nature happen and not intervene. Well, then that starts making me reflect on all them things that I hold regret about when it came to choices that were made very quickly. Very quickly. That was just a quick decision with me saving the goose. I did not think that through. That was kind of a go now or it will die. And I chose to go and get it. But yeah, I didn't know any better. And how many things did I not know any better that have weighed on me, making me feel guilty because of the mistakes I've made. And what it really ended up doing was hurt myself. And that's why the existence of forgiveness, right? Right, forgiveness. That's a tough one. Forgiveness towards yourself and forgiveness towards others. Now, I probably need to look up some stuff about that. Podcast. I think that's something that may take a lifetime to get down. Because even though I don't fully know 100%, but you gotta have faith, right? You gotta have faith for what's to come in the after this life, whatever this is. What is afterlife? What is after all of this? But in some ways, the death penalty, I think I'm for it. Pretty much feel like I'm for it. And whatever those people are being sent to, it's that or putting them all on an island where they can produce something that benefits the world still, but they can't commit, not even a chance to commit the crimes that they have committed. That or death. Don't take death so lightly. Meh. Okay, Nem, I can't stand the scratching. Sheesh. She's just scratching at the door like, Something's trying to get in. I've got some good things planned this week. But I'm going to try not and beat myself up. Keep pushing forward. Keep praying for hope and faith. I've been out of the praying for a while. It's been 10 minutes. I feel like it's been 40. It hasn't even been 20 minutes yet. Help me. Why can't I take it off now? It doesn't even look like it's there. It's there. It's got seaweed in it. Little particles, little flurries of seaweed. And sparkles. Why are we doing sparkles? Okay. Also, drinking flavored sparkling water helps when you really want a beer. Just by a little bit. Just by a bit. A lot of silent breaks in this one. I don't think I'm going to edit any of it out. I just don't find it necessary. We're going to just stand here, sit here in silence, and rinse this off because I'm impatient and I just want it off my face. I still see sparkles. Oh well, I'll be sparkly. I'll sparkle even though I don't feel like I'm sparkly. I'll sparkle even while not feeling sparkly. How about that? Stop. Okay. Well, I did my part. I said something. I uploaded something. Still alive. Still kicking. I made a promise that I'm gonna keep living. So unless that person dies that I made the promise with, I gotta uphold it. So I'm gonna keep living. I made a promise. I try to keep those. I really do try to keep those. So, cheers. To keep going so that someday you make it. I'm going to have to try and envision where I want to make it. What do I want? Where do I want to go? Do I want to stay on the same path, repeating these cycles? No, I really don't. But I know that's going to require a lot of work. A lot of work. And probably screaming and crying. I don't want to feel the pain that I've suppressed for so long. Because I know it's going to pack quite a punch. Because I tried going there, opening up that dark box that had many suppressed things locked in it. And that's when I cut all my hair off and started the braid. Actually, that rescue song by Laura or Lauren Daigle. I'm so sorry if I said your name wrong. I will typed in somewhere, or I don't know. Yeah, that song, I had actually been going through a complete breakdown and felt like I was fighting for my life. But I played it off as being super eccentric, wearing crazy clothing and makeup, and just doing crazy stuff. And I wasn't sleeping because of the things I started bringing up. And that started paranoia. That was set off by things that were truly scary. That broke me. And I feel like I finally have been rebuilding from that breakdown. Oh yeah, the song, the rescue song. Sorry, I kind of lost myself. I'm losing nothing. I lose nothing. I claim it all. Anyways. I'm happy I did that facial exfoliation. I feel so much better. I feel like a new person. I might be done crying for the night. That song. I had that playing on repeat in my car when I had run down to a cousin of mine, and I didn't tell her I was coming. I just showed up, and she was a good 2 hours from me. And I just listened to that song on repeat over and over and over again. And by the way, my cousin's name is Laura, and I'm so sorry for that night because I was off my... I was falling apart. But you handled it very well, so thank you. That song hit. Really hit. That's where I'm gonna leave it. This is probably gonna be a long video, but someone will watch it. Thanks for still being here.